Toby, let's turn to Boris Johnson. You, like me, have known him for more than 3 decades. He has the ability of a particularly slick eel to wriggle off any hook. Just when you think he's done, he wriggles off yet again. Are you surprised about what's happened this week? And do you think it's the beginning of the end? Or do you think he may just carry on?
Well, over the course of those 30 years, I've never lost money betting on Boris Johnson. People have written him off before, and they've always been wrong. He's a very easy person to underestimate. I remember people laughing when he became a Conservative MP, thinking he's never going to amount to anything in politics. He just doesn't have the temperament, and now he's the Prime Minister. I think I'm more nervous now about putting my money on Boris than at any other time in the past. But I think he does have a few things which mean that it may be premature to write him off. I mean, I think, unlike Theresa May, he has a hard core of supporters, mainly Brexiteers, who are concerned about the risk of replacing him, more so than they were.
And not an obvious alternative, of course.
There's no obvious alternative. Yeah. And why did the rebels shoot their bolt on Monday when they could have waited until after the
I would have waited until the by-elections.
Well, the reason for that is because they're a disorganised rabble.
Correct.
So he has that going for him too.
Correct. Lord Archer, you were the Deputy Party Chairman of the Conservatives. What do you make of Partygate? What do you make of Boris? Should he continue as leader, or is he now so damaged it could actually bring the party into a crashing defeat of the next election?
Could I just put one point to Toby before I answer that, and I apologise? Toby, don't you think it's possible that some of Boris's own supporters put in letters to the 1922 committee because they wanted the vote before the...
Now, that's a novelist talking there, Geoffrey.
Well,
you're composing the script of your next book, but I like the thinking.
The problem with that, Geoffrey, it's perfectly plausible and certainly not beyond the Machiavellian machinations of Conservative MPs. But the problem is, had it been manufactured, if the vote was manufactured by Boris's faction, then why was the result not more favourable to Boris? I mean, it's provoked this crisis. He didn't win a larger percentage of his MPs than Theresa May. So it feels like if that was their plan, it's
Lord Archer, I know you've got to go. Your book's called...
Wait.
OK.
Don't worry about the book. Toby, I went to Prime Minister's questions today, and I assumed the Leader of the Opposition would kill the
And he
Prime
didn't.
Minister.
He actually got killed.
Blood would be on the floor.
He got killed.
And frankly, he got...
I totally agree. It was actually a very bad performance.
Very bad.
Lord Archer, your book's called Over My Dead Body, appropriately, which seems to be Boris Johnson's view of all this. Thank you. I know you've got to go, so thank you for joining us. Greatly appreciated. You're looking great, Nick, as always. Look forward to reading the book.
82 years old.
You look amazing, honestly. Bringing Bonnie quickly on Boris Johnson. People say, look, this guy's a serial liar. He's a cheat. He's a fraud. He's all these things. And yet he just carries on.
You know, Boris is like Donald Trump. And I know I don't want to go there, but let me just explain what I mean. Boris and Trump both understand something about human beings. We like to be entertained. Boris is very entertaining. Boris is like that cartoon, that Warner Brothers cartoon, The Roadrunner. He always gets out. He has an audience of people who want to see him escape. Boris knows this. Also, he has no moral bottom. So there's no morals there. There's nothing there that sort of gets in your way of thinking, you know, this is a bad guy, this is a good guy. He's a morals vacuum. So you can have that, and you can have the sort of fun of watching Boris stick it to whoever you want to stick it to. It's total entertainment. But the problem is, Piers, is that he is lowering, and he's hurting the moral fabric of this country. It's a very serious situation. And I think a lot of conservatives, at least the ones who follow me on Twitter, these people are nervous because what Boris is doing is calling up this idea of the standards of this country. He's just trash.
I agree, but he's still there, and they probably can't get rid of him now for quite a while.